Hey guys, this is Spartacus here and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be recommending 4 multiplayer maps that I think should return here in Modern Warfare. So these multiplayer maps that I'm going to be mentioning in this video, they're not necessarily the best maps that we've seen in previous Call of Duty games. They're not really considered to be fan favorites either. Maybe one of them is kind of a fan favorite, but for the most part, these maps I'm mentioning are honestly very underrated maps, and I think they could actually play well here in Modern Warfare, because with the multiplayer maps that we see here in Modern Warfare, they're laid out very differently than what we're used to for the past few years. They're not necessarily your traditional 3-lane style maps. There's buildings with lots of different verticality and lots of different flank points and I guess different lines of sights that you can see on enemies, and for the most part a lot of people don't really like that because it's very hard to actually stay alive in this game. But these maps I'm going to be mentioning are kind of similar to the maps we see here in Modern Warfare, so I thought I might as well make a video talking about 4 maps that I think should come back into this game, just because I think as a gameplay standpoint they would actually perform very well. So the first map I want to talk about is Stonehaven. I honest to God think that Stonehaven will play well in this game, and of course Stonehaven is from Call of Duty Ghosts. We've never seen it in any other Call of Duty game afterwards, and the thing about Stonehaven is, since it's in Call of Duty Ghosts was also kind of a huge camp fest game as well. But to see, the thing with Stonehaven is it's not really your traditional 3-lane style map. There's a lot of different flank points you can approach in certain situations, especially if you're in like domination or something like that, and it is kind of a sniper friendly map because it is a fairly large map, and there are some areas that are good for, I guess, having a sniper position. And so I honestly think that this could actually be used as pretty much any type of playstyle you want. You could either rush, or you could either be a huge camper and camp on top of like a windowsill or some broken, I guess, building or something like that, because this map actually does take place in Scotland, and it's kind of like in this castle looking area, and it's honestly I think an underrated map from Call of Duty Ghosts. And you know, in my opinion, I think it can play pretty well here in Modern Warfare, just the way it's laid out, and it doesn't have a whole lot of verticality to the map. It is mostly flat for the most part, but with those other verticality spots, they're usually sniper spots, and they're kind of like a camp fest sort of area where those different verticality spots are actually at. And so overall, I really do think Stonehaven will play a good part here in Modern Warfare. So the next map I want to mention is actually going to be from Call of Duty 4, and that is Backlot. Backlot, I think, is one of those very underrated maps that not a lot of people really like. For me personally, I loved playing this when Modern Warfare Remastered came out. I didn't play COD 4 back in the day, but when Modern Warfare Remastered came out, and when I would play on the map Backlot, I actually really enjoyed this map. You see, the thing here with Backlot is it's not really your traditional 3-lane map, but it's also your traditional 3-lane map, which is really weird to say, because if you think about it, this map is actually a 3-lane style map, but the way that it's laid out, there's so many different lines of sight where you can look in either direction, whether it's like the left, middle, or the right side of the map, depending where you're at, especially on like a certain side of the spawn, that at least in my case anyway. But you know, Backlot, the thing that I think that makes this perfect for a Modern Warfare map is that, first of all, is the location. The location is very kind of similar to where we see areas in the campaign. If you guys haven't played the campaign, then I guess you wouldn't know, but then again, you may not have to play the campaign and actually know to kind of see the similarities of where this location of the map is at. So with the theme of the map, it fits well with Modern Warfare, right? But also there's a lot of different verticality to this map, kind of like we see with the multiplayer maps here in Modern Warfare, and I think that's why it makes this map fit well here in the game. And so the thing about this map that is a little bit different than what we see with the Modern Warfare map, so that there's 2 areas where you can go on machine gun turrets that are kind of mounted against, like, I guess, a wall. Now, if they were to actually bring this map into Modern Warfare, they would just take away these light machine guns, or maybe they'd keep them in the map. I have no idea, because really you can mount your guns on pretty much any ledge in any multiplayer map for the most part, in pretty much any location, so there really is no need to actually use those mounted light machine guns. But anyway, the point of this map is that there's lots of different verticality to it, and I think it fits well with the way Modern Warfare plays, and so that's why I think it should come back into this game. The next map that I think should come back into Modern Warfare is also a COD 4 map, and this is Ambush. Ambush, I think, is a very underrated map. I don't really see a whole lot of people talk about this map. I mean, it's not really the best map, but it's not also the worst map. So I think the main reason why I think this should come back into Modern Warfare is also because of verticality, and the reason why I say that is because if you play Modern Warfare maps, there's so many different, like, I guess, parkour areas where you can go on top of like rooftops rooftops of certain areas and stuff like that. And that's how I think of ambush. I feel like an ambush, of course, there are those like different areas that are kind of like places where people usually snipe, and you can pretty much go on top of those areas and go to like a different kind of area that gives you on top of another rooftop or something like that. And it just reminds me of Modern Warfare maps. You know, with Modern Warfare, you can pretty much go on pretty much any rooftop in the game except for like maybe the tallest building, unless it's like ground war, I guess. I don't really know. But the point is, this map does have a little bit of verticality to it, and it is actually a 3-lane style map, but kind of like with the previous map that I talked about with Backlot, it's not really a traditional 3-lane style map. The way this one works out is that there's like a road in like the middle of the map, and so you could really, I guess, have a lot of different flank points depending on which area you're going to. It is very, I guess, a straightforward map if you think about it, but there are definitely a lot of lines of sight with this map, and that's also a very big reason why I think it could fit well here in Modern Warfare. The last map I want to mention here in this video is actually quite a popular map back in the day, and that is Favela. I think Favela, probably out of all these maps, is probably the perfect fitting map to fit here in Modern Warfare compared to the other ones that I mentioned. You see, here with Favela, there's so much going on with this map. So it is a 3-lane style map, but the thing about it, this map focuses heavily on verticality. And I mean, I know I've said this time and time again here in this video, but really this map really focuses on verticality, and you can be on rooftops, you can be on like a mid-level like building or something like that to get line of sight on somewhere else on the map. I mean, seriously, the verticality on this map is insane, and there's so many different spots you can be when it comes to the verticality on being top of rooftops or whatever you're at on this map. Of course, you don't have to like use the verticality to your advantage, though typically having the high ground is how you get advantage out of anybody. But you see, another thing about this map is that it could also benefit campers, and you know, Modern Warfare is just filled with campers, and there's so many areas that you could either hold down or try and camp in and still get away with it and call in your streaks. But I think rushing can also be a little bit of a beneficial factor as well. Also, spawn killing, I guess that's a little bit of an issue, could actually be I guess effective here on this map as well. Of course, this map was back in Black Ops 2, and it had actually come back into Call of Duty Ghost as well. And so the thing about this map, verticality and the different, I guess, lines of sight you get with that verticality fits super well with this map, and I think it just fits well with Modern Warfare in general. Of course, Modern Warfare is supposedly going to have a huge revamp here later this month, and we'll have to see how that goes and changes the way people's playstyles are. But I think for the most part, this map, including all the other ones I mentioned here in this video, are huge beneficial maps that I think could be great when they come back to Modern Warfare, if they ever do. I mean, I have no idea. We know like maps like Rust or Shipment are going to be making a return, but these maps right here, I just thought I mentioned them here in this video just because I feel like they're underrated maps, and I feel like they could actually play well here in Modern Warfare, not just because of the theme of the map, but just the way that as a gameplay standpoint they could perform in Modern Warfare. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course subscribe to the channel for more Modern Warfare videos in the future, and I shall catch you guys later.